Welcome everyone in live. It's a PGR eSports special event here on a Wednesday night. It's the last chance qualifier for all the drivers who have not qualified their way into the 2025 PGR Championship race tomorrow night. We had some modifications here tonight. We did end up letting some other drivers come in and race tonight. So that is why you'll see some of the top guys running tonight, but there's still 2 spots left to qualify your way in. So there's drivers in this field tonight that have not qualified their way in yet to the PGR Championship tomorrow, but they'll be able to do so here tonight, and we will let you know who those drivers are momentarily. And we are here tonight in the NASCAR Gen-6 car, live from Talladega. 40 laps of action here. Sorry, we got up kind of late tonight trying to figure out how we were going to make this work. But we are live, and we're going right now with Austin Green here to the point. As Astronaut, the 89, follows him. That GoPro 14 looking really good out here early. We'll bring Matthew Baker in here shortly as well to join us here in the booth. We're just getting some audio and stuff like that set up, fixed here. As Austin Green leads Astronaut Wise, wearing Bagley, your top 5 at the moment. We'll bring in Matthew Baker now as well, as he is double duty here tonight, Race Control BC. And we got a last chance qualifier, Matthew Baker, for some of these guys, including Austin Green. Normally up in the broadcast booth, he's leading here. He's now going to get in the sucker hole, so he is going to be split here and have to file back in line. He does. But tonight it's Steve Sizemore now to the lead. He's battling for a spot into tomorrow's race, as is Tucker McClendon, Dawson Wise as well, James Waring, Larry McDonald. Quentin Steinbach is one of those drivers looking for his way in, as is Adam Ford, Colby Mill, I believe as well, Mark Vondell, Chase Mistretta as well, looking for a way in. 19 drivers have taken the field here tonight. And we do appreciate some of those drivers that weren't eligible to race tonight. They came in and actually ends up helping support the payouts tonight.
What? And it looks like Chase may have dropped due to packets. That's basically gonna.
Can I get all my laps back?
Chances for not getting his lap back.
And apologies for the broadcast real quick. It's just going to take off this voice chat so that we don't have to hear the drivers chat here tonight. So bear with me really quick. I believe we are good to go now here the rest of the way. So sorry for coming up on my screen really quick, but got a new leader here, Miles Bagley in the 87. I'll tell you what, these are some of my favorite cars. It's kind of been a little while here since we've ran the Gen-6, actually. Throughout all of our series, but still one of my favorite cars here on the service. And you'll see tonight, smaller field, 19 cars, how good of a race we can is that Rocky Top. I'm pretty sure, Baker, you did that paint scheme. That thing is looking good right now in the 2nd position.
It's pretty, and Austin Green looks like he's gonna. Oh, Tucker McClendon looks like he blew up.
McClendon into the outside fence. That Rocky Top Tennessee orange and black, most likely now out of tonight's race, and then that'll end his campaign at trying to qualify into tomorrow's PGR Championship race. Tucker McClendon out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, will try to limp that machine back to the garage area, but it just doesn't look like that'll happen. As we go back up front, it's the man out of Knoxville, Tennessee now. Dawson Wise here battling for the lead. As he'll now battle with Ethan Eckert side by side. Down the Alabama Gang super stretch we go, 2 by 2.
outside still prevails, but I think, you know, we have a full fuel load in this car. I think you can make 20 laps here, so you see them playing it patient on the bottom right now.
I think we're showing 70% load, so not quite sure. Might have to make one stop. See Tucker McClendon stop there as he does not make it to pit lane. Now 3 wide here. The 2 of Dawson Wise all the way up to the top of the racetrack. As he gets a shove for Miles Baglier into turn number 1. The 08 now. Sizemore still in the picture, as is the 13 of James Waring. So really, Baker, there's obviously a majority of these drivers not qualified for tomorrow's race, and they have a mix of a little bit of drivers that are, and actually showing right now some good racing out of these guys trying to qualify their lane.
Yeah, some great racing. Good job to see them up front leading, and now the bottom's starting to surge with all of you already eligible for the PGR Championship race. Boys with Trevor Austronaut, Ethan Eckert, Alex Hill, Sean Hill, and Malik Gray on the bottom.
Yeah, we talked about Malik earlier today as we were going over that eligibility list. An 8-time winner here in PGR this season. There in the number 1 PGR eSports Ford Mustang, and just unbelievable. No matter how good you are, or the skill level you have, we still race here on restrictor plate tracks here at Talladega, Daytona, and Atlanta. And I mean, pretty much we've done so many different car combinations, track combinations this year, even with the Sunday Fun Day, and this guy still finds his way into victory lane. As he'll try to do that again here tonight. And another man that's done that, Daniel Falkingham, right in front of him in the 39. And he, you know him, he's trying to go back-to-back tomorrow night and see if he can snag another PGR Championship trophy to add to his trophy case.
Adam Ford, Mark Vondell trying to get back there. Quentin Steinbach looks like he's off the pace. It's another driver that's going to be out of the fight here. You got Colby Cannell, Mark Vondell, and Adam Ford trying to push their way back up. But James Waring, Larry McDonald, Miles Bagley, Steve Sizemore, Austin Green, all in great spots here.
Yeah, and Larry McDonald's guy, he's come out on Friday nights for the Stars and Stripes, and I'll tell you what, he's been actually up front a lot in a lot of those races, especially early, and just hasn't had the luck on his side. A lot of wrecks that were not his doing has taken him out a lot of those races, so we'll see if Larry McDonald in that Ohio State number 80 today for Team Conti will be able to make his way up to the front and get a little bit better luck. Try to race his way into tomorrow's big show as Ethan Eckert now paces the field here in the front.
We're going to try to get to that pit stop with about 11 gallons, it looks like. Probably going to be a one-stop race here. Basically right on the number, maybe a couple laps over. So let's try and stretch it out, get that lap 20, and try and split the race in half.
There's your weather here tonight. It's an 86-degree ambient temp, and man, it's a hot track temp here tonight, though. Clear skies and 134 degrees. So I'll tell you what, handling in these Gen-6s might be an issue for some of these drivers tonight. Haven't ran this car in a little while. As Malik Ray looks to go 3. He does with the 88 car.
They got all sorts out of shape. Dawson Weiss with a big save there. It's going to string the field out.
Well, speak of stringing the field out, and we've seen that time or two when we do have a green flag stop. And the way this race is going, if we do get that green flag stop, that is going to be a big deciding factor if this race gets strung out. And we could see it go wire-to-wire green, as we've seen this car track combo do before. As you see right here, all the way back to Austin Green, that's the 6th position. A little bit farther back, Steve Sizemore and Larry McDonald, and Dawson Wise. As these others coming through right now, they're still all kind of locked on, but Malik Ray right now, Stephen Miles have a little bit of work to do.
Man, and now Malik Ray and Stephen Miles almost in a dangerous territory, losing the pack. Now they're going to go to the outside. Here goes Miles Bagley, James Waring. Looks like they will latch back on. Going about 208 down the back stretch. They are going to catch on to this pack. Very lucky indeed as they come across a lap car here to Steinbach.
riding on board now. James Waring out of Titusville, Florida, right behind Miles Bagley. Work that middle lane at the moment. You see through the tri-ovals right now, that bottom lane is a little bit more preferred. That's where we'll see most of the drivers, and got to be thinking about that pit stop, getting that splash of fuel here to get you to the end, and that's going to be the big money stop here tonight. These cars a little bit different beast than some of the other ones, getting on and off pit lane, especially out of your box. So big and/or speeding penalty tonight. So definitely going to be an interesting here when we do get those green flag stops. It looks like Stephen Miles, and Malik Ray, they're already back up here contending for the front of this tag.
Pushed in the middle, Steve Sizemore came down side drafted, was going to be further back, just going to be wearing up to the top side 3 wide. On the bottom 4 separated here on the bottom, Volkingham, Trevor Nazarnoth, Alex Hill, and Ethan Eckert. Here comes the top though, Malik Ray with fresh tints and Stephen Miles on his back bumper. Miles Bagley going to try and side draft Volkingham here, make it 3 cars, make it 2 cars. Coming to the front, going to extend out all the way to the wall, take that run all the way down the back stretch. See if Ethan Eckert hops up here. He does not. Big push on the bottom. Malik Ray hangs out Miles Bagley with his teammate Stephen Miles. Go figure. Going to try and side draft here, make it a 2x2 battle up front for the teammates.
Outside of turn number 4. You see this big group here on the bottom, only 4 cars to the outside, but Malik Ray from the back to the front, as he is now drawn even with the 12 of Ethan Eckert at the line. So right now, that one is fast, making his way to the front. Bagley having some issues on the racetrack at the moment. Technology, that is. He'll have to make sure he gets a strong connection here to stay in tonight's race. As Malik Ray, it's a great drive off right in front of the 88 at the moment. That's Stephen Miles. Here comes, I believe, Steve Sizemore here on the top with James Waring. There's now that top lane they're going to clear here to the bottom of the racetrack. Double clear in front of Ethan Eckert.
Clear right now. You're looking at a pit stop if they want to come all 4. When you see Alex backed off pretty heavy, they're not going to come this time. No, I think they got about 3 more laps before they think about pitting here. Try and get into him, but everyone behind them has been saving fuel pretty heavily right now. James Waring doing a great job pushing Steve Sizemore with Miles Bagley in tow. The cars off the pace right now really is Mark Fondell, Kobe Canola, and Adam Ford. Those are all 3 part of the non-eligibles, so look out for them to try and maybe make their way back up and get a good pit stop. Hopefully hope there's some mistakes from Steve Sizemore, Miles Bagley, and James Waring.
Yeah, James Waring, you see the number 13 right here in the middle lane of the racetrack right now. Working on the 08 of Steve Sizemore. These two kind of linked up, working together here. Trying to make something work. You see Austin Green now falling back just a little bit there to go for 14. As he tries to work his way into tomorrow's field. We'll see how that all shapes up. He is supposed to be on the call tomorrow night, but you know, when he gets a little itch to race, here he is, and he's going to try all he can tonight to get into a podium position if possible. It works a little bit differently than it was supposed to. And we're going to take the top 2 drivers that are currently not eligible in. But here's the thing, if they finish in one of those cash positions, they'll get their payout, and we'll take the 50 from their payout, and that'll put them into tomorrow's race. So kind of a little bit modified, confusing event here tonight, but we nonetheless pulled it together. And we do have some people watching out there here tonight, so appreciate you guys coming out on the feed as these drivers gearing up for some green flag stops.
And they're coming soon. Got about 2 more laps to make that happen. I think you see him starting to really stack up there, but Sizemore's going to come down side draft again. Going to get to his back bumper. They're going to have a good run here as they're separated here on the bottom side. They'll stack back up together. Miles Bagley going to go all the way up to the top of the racetrack. I think he knows that people are thinking about pitting right now. But for him to maybe try and get down, get in line, and get ready for this pit stop. But you got 4 teammates up front that are all stuck together, and they're going to try and get up pit road and beat everyone out.
Well, no one's coming here this time by. We're going to go around one more time at least until we get those stops, and the Talladega 2.66 mile track here, and last thing you want to do is run these things low, but shouldn't be the case here tonight, as we have plenty of time to get that pit stop in here as we approach 21 laps to go here. It'll be 20 to go here next time by, so a quick race here tonight, 40 laps. And it should be here in that window as Malik Ray leads this contingent down. You can see right now Miles pushing him hard here, trying to get any advantage they can before they come to pit lane. And Malik Ray, you see him there in the corners, and he does often drift up just a little bit to get some air on the nose of the driver behind him, whether it's a teammate or not, to make sure they have enough air to keep pushing him around the racetrack.
And how you tell they're going to pit road is every time Malik does that, he does it at a turn 4. He comes up to give air. If he doesn't come up to give air in turns 3 and 4, I think that's a sign that they'll be coming that time around. So we'll see around this time. We'll see if he gets up the track, if he keeps it wrapped around.
Well, looks like he gave him a little bit of air there. We'll see now if these guys make a run here and start pushing nose to tail here in turns 3 and 4. Still giving him a little bit of air here at the moment. Alex Hill into the top 2. Ashman off 5th at the moment. As we come off 4 again, they're all going to stay in line here. Farther on back, it looks like Steve Sizemore's now settled in as well. Lead the driver of the 22. That's going to be Quentin Steinbach. Back on the racetrack here in this pack, but not on the lap. I mean, obviously, Quentin Steinbach and any some yellows here tonight. Looks like Colby Nill to pit lane with Mark Vondell, Adam Ford.
See some pits coming here from these guys this time. You see how much separation they have here. Look at Alex. He's backing him up. Look at him. He's backing him up as much as he can because he knows that he can get a good pit entry by himself and try and lag everyone else back and try and get these 4 to break away. This is the team games that we're talking about. Smart, but not conducive to fun racing. Doesn't matter anyways because Alex blew it and Ethan blew it.
Yeah, it looks like we might have some black flags. We'll see possibly here in a second, as these drivers came on pit lane all 3 wide.
Oh my gosh, so many black flags are coming out. Ethan Neckard, Stephen Miles, Trevin Ozernoth going to get the black flags.
I'm seeing Daniel Falkingham as well, Adam. We'll see. But I'm seeing a black flag listed next to his name in the scoring. Maybe that... No, that's not. That was actually Stephen Miles, as Baker alluded to. Malik Ray off pit lane with Alex Hill. And they are digging hard already. Austin Green, though, a great stop. And comes out in 3rd. And as Baker said, Ethan Eckert, Stephen Miles, Trevin Ashcroft, black flags, as well as Colby Nill. So that's going to take 2 teammates, at minimum 2 teammates, away from these top 2 up front, as they blend back into the racetrack, as Malik Ray will assume the lead. As Alex Hill now in 2nd, Austin Green 3rd, Daniel Falkingham in 4th, and now Dawson Wise 2. He's into the top 5. Nathan Harper right there, breathing down his back, but we're going to start separating this field here. Could be a 6-car race if these guys stay together.
And 2 of them are locked in. They would love to see it go green here if they can.
Yeah, I mean, Austin Green, actually, and Dawson Wise, I believe, you know, we'll see, I think, top 4 here tonight. And if Dawson could somehow get into this top 4 past Daniel Falkingham, that'll put him and Austin Green with a little bit better payouts to go along with free entries for tomorrow. So a lot still on the line here in the last 17 laps of this one. In 15, though, I wonder if he'll be an X factor at all. If he could. And that's Harper. Sorry about that, Nathan Harper. Different numbers here when they change these cars, so not used to some of these paint schemes car numbers here tonight. But yeah, right now these top 6 running away.
And these top 2 running away with a spot in the championship here. If they can keep it together, they're going to have to try and get this other pack of 5 back in it. Larry McConnell, James Waring, Miles Bagley going to try and push their way to make it back there, but they're going to get the draft off of these 3 up front. You're going to see Steve Miles kind of drag back as the 2 are tandeming away, and they'll ping pong back and get the teammates up there, but not gonna let the team games happen today. Once they get towards the white flag lap, we will ask them to pull out of the way.
And you saw in that picture on your screen that group that's right behind him, 7th place right now, Larry McDonald, James Waring in 8th, Miles Bagley 9th, and Steve Sizemore. Actually, Steve Sizemore farther back. So in this group, it's 3 drivers here mixed in with a couple lap down cars. As you see, Larry McDonald will go on board with him. And yeah, you'll see the leaders in front. And a long way to go, and it's just kind of riding around time for McDonald, and not much he can do here. Unless they find some sort of lap cars that they can kind of use to bridge the gap, we'll see it's possible. They can see him. That's a good thing. Better than having in your sight, but still a lot farther away right now from the cockpit of Larry McDonald.
And we're about 205 down the back stretch, and that second back was only going about 197.
Right now in the turn number 1, Daniel Falkingham sits just over north of 200 miles an hour. He's top 6 right now. The last thing I want to see is a yellow flag here tonight. You'll see these miles per hour keep going up here down the backstretch for Falkingham. You get 203 in just a second there. And these guys are cooking here tonight. And we might get a wire green here on a Wednesday night, as tomorrow will be the championship race, but we'll take this show on the road back to Florida, Daytona. It'll be narrower, it'll be a lot stiffer challenge tomorrow night.
Pushing through just some more racing here on the bottom. This front 6 are totally fine with where they're at. Do they go to shot at a payout position? I think Austin and Dawson are fine with just chilling there. Honestly, it looks like we're going to have to find another broadcast crew for tomorrow if it plays out the way it is right now. But doing a great job on the bottom side is Alex Hill pushing really great. With the 5 just trying to maintain and make sure they don't lose a lap here and look for something late.
Yeah, well, click on by the start-finish line here. We'll do a little back to NASCAR crank it up this lap. Back here live as good old-fashioned NASCAR crank it up there. We'll go back up to the front. Wow, side by side here in the front. Not quite sure what these guys are thinking here. 3 by 3 here. Austin Green, though, to the lead. Falkingham behind, and the base is on here up front. With 11 laps to go, going to be 10 laps to go here at the line. This front pack getting racy right now. They might bring out a yellow racing like this, but Malik Gray now with Alex Hill and Nathan Harper vault past Austin Green again. So it's really going to be 3v3 almost at this moment. We'll see if Harper decides to go with here tonight, but still with 10 laps to go, anything can happen. We've seen it all here. As Larry McDonald, go back to him and try to give you another good view out of his cockpit to see if they made any ground at all. And Really, they have not. It looks like they've only lost ground. Aaron McDonald is kind of the outside looking in at the moment. It would be cool if Larry is able to somehow figure out a way to get locked into tomorrow's race. He's going to try everything he can. As the leaders will come up on some lap cars and a lap group here. Just joining us, no yellow flags here tonight. We've been green flag all night long, and reminiscent of the other night's race where the same thing happened, but we got a caution. Oh yeah, that was last night actually. High gear racing, get a caution with 3 laps to go, so it's possible, just never know. That's why we race it out. Same 6 all lead, but there's only 4 payout positions tonight. So 4 drivers, if we do get to the white flag somehow, just 7-8 laps from now, we'll see these 4, or these 6, I'm sorry, them race, because only 4 are going to take home payout positions here tonight. Obviously, Austin, Dawson still get entries no matter where they finish here in the top 6, but I know they want more than just that tonight. And we'll see, they're working as Dawson slaps off the wall just a little bit there. Other group still trying everything in their power. Just doesn't look like it's going to be enough here tonight without the yellow flag. Devin Ray cheering on Austin Green, and Dawson Wise as Austin Green now makes a move. He's got Falkingham, and now he blocks Malik Ray. Malik Ray now to the outside.
That was coming.
He gets Hill though to follow. Nathan Harper, like I said, we'll see what he decides to do. I believe, though, he's working tonight with Billy Gray and Alex Hill. So follow the leader right now. This is going to get interesting up here because, I'll tell you what, looks like Austin and Dawson obviously really want to win this thing. You know Daniel Falkingham does. They're going to try everything that they can here. They tried something there, so it's good to try it a little bit earlier. 6 laps to go now, so they can kind of figure out what that move's going to be to try to break up this 3-car tandem above them, as now Alex, oh, Falkingham gets a little loose. Five laps to go here as these leaders come up on some lap traffic. McDonald's still trying to dig here in the background. Nothing doing for them. They are just riding at the moment and praying for a caution flag. Now single file here for the top 6 drivers.
I'm surprised they haven't made much ground on the leaders running the bottom of the track. I think it would be a faster way around, but those front guys just doing a great job pushing so far.
Yeah, they are. I mean, for a little bit there with the side-by-side, he thought they would have made up a little bit of ground, but the last lap speed there for the leaders, about a 48.90. Go back to Larry McDonald and company, about a 49.13. So yeah, the leaders are just a scotch faster at the moment, and that's proven to be the difference here. As a yellow flag is out, yellow flag is out, and that has now changed everything. just like that, Larry McDonald here has a black flag, so it looks like he has a meatball, and unfortunate for Larry McDonald. It's one of the drivers that was looking to advance himself. Yeah, and he's going to hit the wall coming to pit lane, and Larry McDonald, I'm not sure if he has enough time to get that Ohio State Buckeye number 80 fixed and back out here on the racetrack. However, yellow flag, and this is going to change everything. As we go back to the replay here, and this is Larry McDonald coming off turn number 2. As Waring gets offset of the 80, and he turns them. So James Waring turns McDonald, coming off the turn, a hard hit to the outside fence. And Waring possibly going to have a penalty here. We'll see from race control. Let's get another look at this one. It'll be a good shot here from these drivers right behind him. And this will give us a great vantage point. See, Larry McDonald drifts up the racetrack a little bit here, as Bagley gets a little bit of a nudge to Waring. And yeah, Waring is just kind of coming up as McDonald's coming down. I don't think anything was intentional there. It was just a little, they were just coming off the turn and kind of going different directions. And that could be a racing incident. We'll find out from race control here in a second. But, man, it was a snoozer, but now it's not going to be. As we are going to have a lot of drivers here that have a chance to get into tomorrow's big show.
It's right around the same time as last night's with HGR. With 3 to go. Sets us up for a green, white, checkered. Mark Vondell going to get his lap back. Put him back in the fight. Hope for some carnage up front. Keeps James Waring in the fight. Puts Stephen Miles back in the fight for the race. Miles Bagley back in the fight for the race. So a lot of people that are eligible still in the fight. Adam Ford as well.
Yeah, everyone in the chat, get active now. Larry McDonald, unfortunately, there. Most likely will end his chances at getting to the big show tomorrow. Ethan Eckert here, still on track in the 12th position. Trying to overcome a penalty as well. Astronaut had the black flag, as did Stephen Miles. This car, I said it before those green flag stops, definitely a difference maker in these races with green flag stops. It's definitely a different car to pit. And some trouble you saw even from the best. As we will have a green-white checkered to decide this one. And we will see if any of these drivers on the outside looking in can get themselves to tomorrow's big show. We're going to take 2 of them no matter what. Will they finish in the money positions tonight? Will they finish out is the question.
They're all around each other. Austin Green's going to be lighting up with Dawson Rice on the outside rail, and then right behind him is Miles Bagley, James Waring. Next would be Steve Sizemore, who'll be lining up on the outside. Then you got Mark Vondell and Adam Ford towards the back. It's going to be really interesting here.
Sure is. High above Talladega Superspeedway in the Goodyear blimp. Pace car lights are out. We are going to go green this time by, and we will race it out to the very end, and the checkered flag. Malik Ray looks like he's going to start on the bottom. Alex Hill on the top. Brings Nathan Harper right behind Malik Ray. And Daniel Falkingham behind Alex Hill. Now here's where it gets interesting. You got Dawson Wise, Austin Green right behind Nathan Harper and Daniel Falkingham. So they're all going to try to figure this one out. It's still the same 6 up front. However, behind them, Miles Bagley and James Waring. James Waring is going to go for absolute broke here, as he has nothing to lose and everything to gain, as does Adam Ford a little bit farther back. See if Miles and Eckert can somehow hand him up to the front. You got Steve Sizemore in there as well at 08. He's been fast tonight when he's been in the main pack. We'll see if he could vault himself into contention for tomorrow's race. But time to get your popcorn out as we come off turn number 4. And we get set to go back green flag racing for 2 laps in a shootout to decide it.
The last time, I'd expect maybe a jump here from Malik Ray. Not too sure, but he's going to have Nathan. As soon as Nathan Harper gets his back bumper, I'd say then going as hard as they can here. There they go in the middle of the zone. Harper's going to get clear. Malik Ray is clear. Going to leave out Dawson Wise. There they come to the top side. And now the top side going to roll into turn 1.
Yeah, all on the top now. Bottom lane has drifted back a little bit. Dawson Wise. He looks to get split. He blocks it, though. Bagley goes underneath. There's some racing going on here. Now we have 3 lanes, and I think those leaders like to see what's happening there. We'll see if these guys can get it together and get this other lane back up here. Right now, Malik Ray, Nathan Harper doing a great job of getting out front. Alex Hill in third. Daniel Falkingham and Austin Green behind them. They're still jockeying here underneath, and I don't think it's helping. Try to catch these leaders here as we come out of turn number 4.
They're trying to wreck here up front. Steve Miles jumps in front of Dawson Weiss, but they're going to have a huge run here pushing on the bottom. Watch for this bottom side as we take the white flag here. Malik Ray leads. Nathan Harper with really all the tips in the world with Alex Hill blocking. Can Daniel get to the bottom of the track? He tries to. Now he's got Steven Miles in front of him pushing with Dawson Wise. Pushing on the bottom with Miles Bagley. It's going to be a side-by-side battle out of turn 2. But Miles Bagley pulls up. Going to try and side-draft Dawson back. The battle of the broadcaster side-by-side with James Waring, Miles Bagley there. Here goes Trevor Osronos 3 wide. 4 wide.
4 wide all over the racetrack right now. Falkingham, though, has the bottom. Malik Ray nearly spun off the front bumper. Eckert into the wall. Falkingham and Malik Ray off turn number 4 side-by-side.
Miles Bagley blinks out. That's going to leave Dawson Wise to get it here. Dawson Wise, James Waring, the battle between them. Dawson Wise gets put to the wall. Oh, my goodness. James Waring, Miles Bagley.
Malik Ray to victory lane. Nathan Harper in second. Third, Alex Hill. Daniel Falkingham fourth. That's your payout positions. However, James Waring has just raced himself in to the big show tomorrow night. And I believe Dawson Wise did as well. If results are official, we'll find out. Dawson's being scored in 8th. I believe Bagley was already qualified in. We'll have Malik Ray down here in victory lane shortly. And we'll go back here. Check out this finish. As Malik Ray gets to the line first, see Waring there, but Dawson Wise did cross. I think Dawson Wise didn't get in. And we'll have interviews here momentarily. I think tonight, let's showcase some of these guys that don't normally get showcased. And we're going to bring in one of the guys tonight that has just qualified himself into tomorrow's PGR Championship race. It's James Waring. You have a copy. James Waring, got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, hey, two guys, we're going to make it in tonight, and you are one of them. You'll be racing in tomorrow's PGR Championship race. You won't be a championship contender without a win. However, you'll still be able to go for the payout positions. Man, sixth place here tonight, and somehow rallied there with the late caution to get yourself in contention. Tell us how you're feeling.
Definitely at a loss for words right now. That was a hard fought at the end. Miles and I were banging it out for that last final spot, and for once the brakes finally came my way, and so it was nice.
Well, you know what? Sometimes you need a few breaks to go your way. And now tomorrow, you're going to race. We don't obviously know how many will be in that race, but if we do get 40, I mean, you never know. Some breaks go your way tomorrow. There could be $600 sitting out there for you to win. And hey, you know what? Even the second place, third place, there's some good payouts there tomorrow. And you're going to be in a, pretty much de facto all-star race. And what are you going to give those guys tomorrow night?
I'm gonna give everything I got. I'm just gonna try to do the same like I did tonight. Just play it smart, make the moves when I have to. Work with my teammates that I'm sure that are in the race, with Dega Pros and John and them. So we're gonna try to shock the world.
Well, you heard it there. James Waring qualifies his way in to the 2025 PGR Championship, and the other man that did so, according to our scoring and timeline, it's Dawson Wise. You have a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
All right, man. Well, an eventful end there. It looked like you were going to have to race, 5 other drivers and try to race your way in. You and Austin were locked in, though, no matter what had happened. But that late yellow flag comes out, kind of changes everything here. But, hey, somehow, some way, you end up in 8th and 2nd of the drivers not eligible for tomorrow. And now you lock yourself into the PGR Championship. How does it feel?
No. Dawson is not locked in.
Who didn't get in? Bagley?
Bagley is in.
Okay. Well, I made a mistake, and the reason why I did it is because Bagley was asking if he could race earlier. So that's why I thought Bagley was not in. We'll double check.
Yeah, let me check the standings real quick.
So apologies, Dawson, if I had that one wrong. I just remember communicating with him earlier. Just wondering if he could race. So I just thought he was not eligible. Hard to believe, Miles.
Definitely eligible for the LCQ spot. He's not on the list for podium finishers.
Well, it looks like tonight, unfortunately, Dawson outside looking in, but we'll see if you might be able to join the booth tomorrow. That'd be awesome to call a big race tomorrow with Dawson. But hey, while you're up here, tell us here about the end of this one.
I'm gonna take a second, hold my tongue, because I don't like to call anybody out in these. But look, we had it solved. Fun race, honestly. I love this car, so I figured, why not throw my hat in the ring and race and throw it around with these guys, and got to run with Austin and Dan tonight, which was cool. And look, we got it perfect. We got the pit stop perfect. We came out, we were in a good spot. The caution came out. It sucked, but you got to go as a competitor. You got to just turn around and look. You got to go execute. And I feel like all 3 of us did, and we were in a spot there at the end to potentially get in. Coming through the tri-oval, look, again, I'm going to hold my tongue. It's someone I respect a lot, but it's a block I felt like was dirty in the moment. I'll have to go back and watch. I'll be honest, I haven't looked at it yet, but in the car, thought it was out of line, thought it was dirty. So keeps me out tomorrow. It sucks, but it is what it is. It's racing. So fun stuff. Enjoyed it. Again, this car, we saw it all last summer. I love it. Really lets you do a lot as a driver, and I felt like I got to throw my weight around a little bit tonight, which is cool. So, yeah, fun race, fun finish. Just wish it had gone a little better for me there.
Yeah, we just got a replay of that incident there coming to the line. So unfortunate there for Dawson Wise. We'll pull him down here. And yeah, it'll be Miles Bagley, it looks like. Miles Bagley, barring any penalties here, who will transfer into tomorrow's PGR Championship race. And it looks like that will be official. And we have Malik Ray here, who has won the race. And there's your results here tonight. And we'll see if something's under review, possibly for Stephen Miles. But it won't change anything for Dawson Wise, unfortunately. Stephen Miles not in a payout position, so even if he does get EOLs, that'll mean James Waring up to 5th, and Bagley up to 6th, and Wise up to 7th. So no matter what penalties come here post-race, it looks like it'll be official for Waring and Bagley, who will transfer their way in, and it looks like the top 4 here is official. So Malik Ray, your winner, Nathan Harper in 2nd, Alex Hill 3rd, and Daniel Falkingham 4th. That's your payout position drivers here tonight. Stephen Miles on the outside looking in, but James Waring, Miles Bagley, they take home a prize because now they get into the PGR Championship race. And that comes out of the race purse tonight. So those guys locked in for tomorrow. Austin Green finishes in 8th. And Dawson Wise 9th on our scoring and timing. It's a little bit different here on your screen that I see. And then you got Mark Von Dellen 10th. Adam Ford in 11th. Trevin Ashronoff 12th. In 13th, Ethan Eckert. Steve Sizemore 14th. Colby Nill in 15th. Quentin Steinbach in 16th. Larry McDonald in 17th. Tucker McClendon in 18th. And rounding out your 19-car field here tonight, Chase Mistretta. So that will do it here from Talladega. We'll be back tomorrow night for the big one of the biggest of the year, the PGR Championship. And it'll be a couple-week hiatus for Christmas and New Year's before we return in early January. But it's all the march to the 2026 PGR 500, February 2nd through February 8th, 2026. Appreciate you all joining us here tonight for a special event race. And we'll hope to see you guys soon here on the PGR eSports Network. Take care and have a good night.